This week is an epic week. We have so much to share with you. Be prepared for a few palpitations. I get feelings of deja vu quite often. I know some people who never have deja vu. I'm one of these people who, I can be somewhere, can be on a path in the Drakensberg. I can sit on a rock and I get that funny feeling as though, my God, I've done this exact same thing right here. And I know there are all sorts of explanations for it, but it's quite a lack of feeling. Well, the feeling of deja vu I have now is not that lack, because we are back at Clive Lee. And you all saw how upset I was last week. Hello, my friends. And welcome to another episode of A Dream Called Mariah. And there is the dream. And this dream has been hobbling along like, I don't know, man. It's, Anyways, she is here. And one thing that I want to find out is why that power steering pump packed up. A brand new power steering pump. So I am going to Malcolm's Power Steering, which is just down the road, to find out what the hell happened. After being let down so many times, I did my research on Malcolm's Power Steering. They had quite a few reviews and everyone was positive. My only cause for concern was that most were around a year old. My initial impression is a positive one. The guys opened up the new pump and what they found inside were iron filings that had caused the pump to malfunction and not work properly. I will put my head on a block that one way or another, those filings are as a result of incompetence in the past. Well, the good news is that there's actually a pump here that is meant for another job that Clive Lee is doing, and it's exactly the same as a pump that they have ordered for me. And because Clive Lee are so nice, they phoned Sherry and she said, no, Philip can take that pump and we'll fit it on Mariah. So, once again, Clive Lee have saved my bacon. So I'm going to get it, take it back to the boys there, and they can fit this thing in. And hopefully we can have Mariah home very soon. This is really great news. I was all geared up to wait a day or two for a new pump to arrive. I was also told that the new pump is a pump that never gives any problems. And there we have it. Donovan is about to start installing our new pump. Now, I don't think it'll take that long, but my issue now is logistics, because Mariki is away on business. So I'm going to have to go home. I'm going to have to leave my little chimney at home and get a lift back here so that I can take Mariah. I will just check with Randy when she's done. I might only be able to do it tomorrow. But tell you what, hey, the relief. But folks, Mariah will come home. In this episode, she will come home. I left Clive Lee and went home. Tomorrow would be a huge day. It is the 10th of December, 2024. A special day. And I was up bright and early. I have fed the dogs. I have fed the cat. Done the washing. It's on the line. Yeah, I did the washing. All the washing. Although there's still a load in the machine here. Nearly done. We're going to get Mariah today. But there is one more thing I need to do before we do that. Now, many of you who have been following our journey will know what this is. A Mariah t-shirt with a whole lot of stuff on the back about the guys who worked on it. You would have noticed I have not worn this t-shirt since the cuck hit the fan, because I did not want some of these names anywhere near me. But today I am going to wear this t-shirt when we go and fetch Mariah. But first, a few modifications. That has changed. It's over 4 years, actually. That name is gone. That name is gone. That name is gone. And this guy as well. I think that's about it. Oops, wait. I nearly forgot that. And there we have it. Much better. Now, let's go and fetch our girl. But Marai has other plans. We need to wait a little while longer. We were literally 2 minutes away from Clively Engineering when Randy called me and said, we got a little problem. And my heart plummeted. When they did the test drive, they discovered another little oil leak. They found that it is coming from the brake fluid reservoir. And there's a series of connectors and pipes and hose clamps, which some of them are superfluous. So they're busy just making a much simpler little system, which they're going to put in. It's going to take them about a half an hour. Oh, yeah. Then I noticed something else that needs fixing. I was just doing a walk around checking all the little compartments were locked, and I came to this door here, the one near the passenger door, and we have a problem. Little catches that we installed, it looks as though they've been round off too far and they're not actually catching. So I've already phoned the guys at Trade Check and I will stop there on my way home. Repairing the brake fluid reservoir was causing a few headaches. Round about now I'm having serious sense of humour failures. I was given a lift here. My sister gave me a lift and she's left, and I've now been told it would be better if I left and came back later. We needed to find another reservoir. There had to be something suitable tucked away among the scrap truck cabs. And there it was. So the guys have found a reservoir which they think is suitable. The salvage reservoir was given a thorough cleansing and installed. The guys at Clively were working as fast as they could. I was hovering around like a mother hen. On a positive note, this reservoir was a better fit than the one that had frustrated the crap out of all of us. Now it is time for that all-important test drive to make sure that the brake fluid reservoir is 100% sorted. This has been a long time coming. I had thrown a good few liters of diesel into Marai in preparation for the drive home. I am as apprehensive as all hell. A few minutes later, Marai returns, and my nightmare begins all over again. Okay, people, not good news. There is still an issue with the bloody power steering pump. Now the pump was making a whining noise every time you put it under load. You know, when I got this pump from the guys, I said, are you sure it's a good pump? And they said, yeah, we've had no problems. Well, the guys at Clively took it for a test drive. There's a problem. So I am not taking Marai home. And you know, the sad thing is that I had my niece here who drove me with my sister to drop me off to fetch Marai. And we did these shots, a whole setup of me getting in Marai to drive home. And here I am still. I could not believe that this was happening to us again. There had to be a way to sort this out. I was desperate to take Marai home. So Malcolm's Power Steering, the guys who I bought this new pump from, are saying that there is a kink in one of the pipes, and that is what's causing the problem. This is apparently the offending pipe. The kinky pipes were replaced and more incompetence uncovered. When we bought Marai to Clively and the guys did the whole engine build, all focus was on the engine and the connections to the engine, the mechanicals. We didn't really focus on anything else. So what the guys are busy discovering now, that they're actually just going and changing pipes and whatnot, is this pipe was used as an oil pipe when it is actually a water pipe. I left Clively Engineering and headed home. Tomorrow I would return. I would still wear my Marai t-shirt. The following morning I needed my early morning walk more than ever. The fight to stay positive was getting more and more difficult. Why are these things happening over and over? I guess the best analogy would be raising children. When you raise a child, that child needs a good foundation from the day it is born. It needs to be nurtured. Marai is a child that was put into foster care, into the hands of people who didn't give a shit. And like a child who was raised incorrectly, abused, issues will come up throughout that child's life. And I guess it's something that I have to accept, that we are going to have little issues. And we're going to have to deal with them. But I also know that a child that has gone through a tough life with the right nurturing and understanding can overcome those issues. And I believe we can do the same with Marai. A couple of hours later, when I arrived at Clive Lee, all the piping connected to the power steering pump has been changed. The system has been flushed the correct way. If this does not solve the problem, then Marai needs to be moved to another service centre.
It's still making the same noise.
Still doing it.
Yeah. Then we'll have to take it to them.
There we have it. The very good pump that gives no problems is still making the noise. So, Marai now needs to go to Malcolm's. The next day, Marai was delivered to Malcolm's power steering. The new power steering pump was removed and examined. I arrived and was not wearing my Marai t-shirt. It is Thursday afternoon and let's give you an update. This almost hammers home what I was saying about that whole foundation and that we've been doomed for failure from the outset because of what East Coast Scratch and Dent did not do on this vehicle. And one of the things they did not do was to look at the power steering box, not the pump, the box. There's something wrong with this pump because they reckon now that the power steering box itself there's an issue with. Because on this brand new pump that we have just installed, the second brand new pump, they found metal filings again. The only place it could have come from is the power steering box. So these guys are going to they're going to recondition it and it's going to cost 11,000 Rand. Marai would be here for the next few days. I felt as though life was mocking Mariki and I. It did not matter what we did. We just could not turn the corner. I was hoping that Malcolm's Power Steering was the company to guide us around that elusive bend. The next day I was back to see what the guys would find when they opened up the power steering box. Golani is busy stripping down the power steering box and there are issues. You can feel filings.
Yes, you can very fairly filings there. It wasn't flat at all. Yeah.
Those filings would have made their way into the power steering pump and caused it to malfunction in a pretty short space of time. In early 2022, at the recommendation of East Coast Scratch and Dent, it was decided to replace the standard steering box with a power steering box. We sourced the power steering box from V&R Rebuilds, a spares dealer not far from here. I needed to know what East Coast Scratch and Dent should have done when we bought this box from a used part dealer.
I would suggest you refurbish the steering box.
Okay.
So it's better because you don't know what water went inside there, if there's any rust on the bearings. That's why I suggest refurbishing it. You want it like brand new. Otherwise you're going to have problems with the pump as well.
And boy, oh boy, do we have problems with the pump. This is an expensive fix. Like so many issues on Mirai, it could have been avoided. And that's where we are going to leave it this week. It has been a hell of a week, really. I think I must have said this quite a few times, but I really never expected to be where we are right now. But yeah, man, sure, it wears one down, hey, it wears one down. Next week will be our last week of filming for the year, and I am just hoping like hell that by the end of next week we are done. Anyway, guys, please look after yourselves, look after your families. We'll talk about the dream next week, okay? We'll do it next week. Thanks for the support, appreciate it. Yeah, until next time.